We are 9 days out from the election, in case you haven't heard at this point, and guess who called a lid today? Well, it wasn't President Trump because he had a successful rally, and Joe Biden's holding a rally today as well. It'll be virtual, but he also called a lid early this morning for what I've counted nearly 20 days since the beginning of September, as he called a lid on for 20 separate days. Unheard of at this point. And I don't know, man. Yesterday, when I took a look at the different enthusiasm levels between the different rallies, I immediately thought after I was done that, it's like, okay, how many rallies have actually been done by each ticket? Like, okay, everybody knows, everybody agrees that Trump does the biggest, bestest rallies with the most turnout. And I was just thinking, it's like, okay, with all of these lid days, and I know that Harris is still out there, and now old Barry Obama's out there stumping for old forgetful Joe. So it got me thinking, how many actual events are out there right now, and what is their calendar looking like? Well, I tried to look up Joe Biden's calendar, and other than three virtual events in the next, I don't know, 4 days, they don't have anything else on the schedule. It's looking awfully fucking sketch at this point. And, well, fuck, we'll just get into what Trump is doing here over the next few days. So we got the event tracker here from FactBase, and the numbers that you see here are how many minutes Donald Trump spent at his respective rallies. And the one in Manchester today, in Manchester, New Hampshire, was, by all accounts, another successful rally with a great turnout. And tomorrow he's going to be in Allentown, Pennsylvania, Martinsburg, and Lilletz, and then Tuesday he's going to be in Lansing, West Salem, and Omaha, Nebraska. Three a day on regular weekdays. And hey, it's Sunday. He is a man of faith, even though as much as the left likes to smear him as not in fact being one. But yeah, he can just look back. Okay, yeah, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 16th, 17th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 19th, 19th. 2 or 3 a day. And that's the work ethic that Trump has put forward. And he's not speaking for 10 to 15 minutes. He's doing, what, average-wise? Yeah, just about 69 minutes. Nice. Per event. He's not mailing this shit in. And it's thousands and thousands of people that are showing up. And like I said here, yeah, we got a schedule all the way until Tuesday. And we know that Trump's not going to let up all the way until, well, he's got another 8 days out on the campaign trail. And you can expect, I would imagine, 2 or 3 a day all the way through the end. Whereas old Sleepy Joe has done next to fuck all, because at least the Chicago Tribune has got all of the rally stops between the two major candidates and their surrogates as well, Mike Pence and Kamala Harris respectively. And dude, it's not even close. Mike Pence has made as many stops as Joe Biden has in 7 fewer states. Like, you can just look here. Like, okay, Mike Pence has made 41 stops in 18 respective states. Joe Biden has made 41 stops in 11 states. Like, okay, this is going to come back and bite Joe Biden in the ass. If it wasn't for the fact that he said that he was going to phase out the oil and gas industry, I'm dead certain that right there cost him the election. But also not going to places where, I don't know, it's in the margin of error according to retards like Nate Silver. Like, okay, he's going to have to smooth over Oklahoma. And if Texas is in so much play, why isn't anybody going to Dallas? Why isn't anybody going to Houston? Like, okay, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, and Alabama, they are all blood red states with absolutely zero chance of turning. I know the Trump campaign thinks that they can swing Nevada, but there is so many anecdotal pieces of evidence out there that there's widespread voter fraud going on right now in Nevada. So it might be a lost cause due to that, but they're still fucking giving it a shot. And then out there in Utah is another one that's blood red. The only thing that you can really thank Mitt Romney for, but it would be regardless because, well, everybody over there has their special underpants on. But if I was Trump or Pence, I'd be stopping over in Colorado, man. What happened with Lee Keltner there a couple weeks ago, getting shot by Antifa? If you were going to sway anybody, you should be down there in Denver preaching your message about law and order. That's what I'd be doing. But dude, the fact that the Democrats are only stopping in 11 states shows that they are super arrogant. Like, they're making big plays in Miami, but I think Miami is well proper sewed up this time because, okay, you could run that disinformation campaign that, oh, Trump said all the Mexicans that come over the border are rapists and murderers, even though he was talking about the MS-13 gang members, which you can irrefutably say are terrible, terrible human beings. Unless, of course, you like a new necktie. A Colombian necktie, that is. And I know mostly Mexicans hang around Arizona, California, New Mexico, and Texas. They don't quite venture over into Florida. Those are mostly Cubans, which plays great for the Republicans because the Cubans that came over from Cuba were escaping communism, and they can smell it stronger than anybody else. Like, okay, as of right now, and Trump today was visiting New Hampshire, like, just look at that. Look, okay, Mike Pence, yeah, in New Hampshire, and Trump today, and Londonderry, nobody else. They're not doing anything. And they're also taking advantage of taking Maine for granted. Maine might all of the electoral votes because it's one of those states that has two different blocks of delegates between them and Nebraska, but Nebraska's not turning blue in this election, or maybe not this entire lifetime. So if I wasn't being so old and arrogant, if I was Joe Biden, I would definitely be up there in Maine trying to secure that because right now we learned that Murkowski, one of the derelict senators who is going to be voting on the Amy Coney Barrett decision here tomorrow, she got on board with the rest of the Republicans, and it looks like, yeah, that confirmation is going to take place. But stupid Collins, senator who's up for election right now, is, I don't know if she's in danger of losing. It's always tough to go by polls, but she's going to be the only holdout and not vote. At least she's saying right now that she's not going to be voting for Amy Coney Barrett. But they should be up there in Maine if they were taking this campaign seriously, which, dude, just bringing up this map, the fact that they are going into Wisconsin, they've made half as many stops in Wisconsin as Trump and Pence have. And Biden's made one campaign stop in Minnesota. Meanwhile, both Pence and Trump have made stops in Minnesota. They are out of their skull right now. I cannot believe this. Between Trump and Pence, they have 92 as of right now. This is accurate up to today. And we already know that there's another 6 stops on the schedule for Donald Trump. And if Biden keeps up this rate of keep calling a lid every goddamn day, he's not going to be getting out there. He's hunkering down up there in Delaware. Maybe he'll venture out and stumble like Tony Soprano going to the end of the driveway to pick up the newspaper. Maybe he'll find himself in New Hampshire. But before the end of the campaign season, the Democrats would be mind-numbingly stupid not to stop by Iowa. They really got to pander or try to salvage what the fuck is going on in Minnesota. Why they aren't in New York or Maine is completely past me, because all of the police unions are going for Trump for the first time in fucking forever. They're going to have to reconcile that. They can't just take that for granted. Otherwise, you know what? New York might be in play. I might be making a big fucking bold guess right here, but yeah, a lot more emphasis is going to be on the outer state New York, like Rochester areas where BLM is rioted through there, and because everybody is fucking leaving New York, and the people that are sticking around are either the hardcore radicals that don't really show up to the polls anyways, or the people who are scared for their fucking life, and then for the first time they're seeing some orange god descend down from the heavens saying, I will protect you, I will save you, just give me your vote, stop voting for these idiotic politicians ruining my big beautiful city. Maybe they'll be convinced to vote the other way. I think that's highly possible. I think California is totally lost and fucking losing their mind over there. They're just adhering to the wonky rules of Eric Garcetti in Los Angeles and stupid ass Gavin Newsom. And as for the Republicans, just a quick kind of guess. Man, you guys got to stop by Dallas, Fort Worth. That area there, they got a big Black Lives Matter rally, or a riot rally. Yeah, it's a riot rally. To them, it's the exact same thing. During the first wave of the Floyd protests there, people are probably still scared. Scared, maybe not so much because they do have open carry, but you'd want to go there and, spread your message, because those sissy bitch liberals that made the flight over from California that somehow landed in Dallas and not in the lost city that is Austin, which really sucks. But, I try to tell them that Texas was great, and the reason people keep coming to Texas is because they've been Republican for fucking ever, and they have a certain set of values there. So I'd anticipate something in Texas. Like I said, a couple more stops in Minnesota. I would definitely try for another stop in Maine and New York too. It shows here that the Republicans aren't taking this shit for granted. 18 different states Pence has been to, Trump's been to 17, and he's campaigning like a fucking madman. 3 stops a day, like we seen earlier. Meanwhile, Joe can't get out of his basement, and he's going to be doing this fucking virtual concert because everybody's sick and tired of listening to celebrities tell them how to vote. So I don't know why he'd want to attach his message to that. I'm sure his campaign has a good reason for that. And Kamala Harris can't draw Hunter Biden out with a free crack giveaway. 10 states and 22 stops. I understand that you were sidelined for a little while with COVID, but for fuck's sake, 22's atrocious, lady. Kick up your game. I can see why she probably made her most recent stop in Detroit, Michigan. She has a history of throwing people behind bars, and they can kind of relate to that. But yeah, man. Republicans got to stop by Kentucky, Minnesota. I'd try for New York and definitely go down there and figure out what the fuck's going on in Dallas. And the Democrats, if you want to win, just get out there. It's my only advice. But thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you guys to follow your gut. Get after it. Take care, everyone.